Okay, I just got done applying the second coat of cut-in around there, and it's still drying, so I can't really show it up close to you for us to make a decision together. Do I need to put any more on there or not? And I remembered to do the top edge of that door casing and that left-hand edge, and I went all the way down. That edge is going to look really nice after it's all said and done. And somebody might think, how did he get that painted so good up next to the wall? Well, the trick is you do that side cut in first before you do the wall. You always do the wall last for doing your cut in and everything. And now you know the reason why I put the masking tape down on there too, to make it that much easier to get it all up in there. And I'm gonna leave that masking tape on there actually. Once that edge dries, it's not gonna take very long. And see, if I end up not having to do a third coat of cut-in, see, I put this underneath there, underneath raw plastic, and got that pushed down, and it worked out fine for the second coat. I'll make a determination whether or not I need to zip around here again. It only took me 10 minutes or so. If I have to zip around there again or not, or if I don't, then I'll be ready. Take advantage every time you have your paint out. Okay, I still got a little bit of paint left in there. I still got my paintbrush wet, and then that's when I'll go ahead and paint this door casing, like I said, from here to there, and I can just zip it around to the edge. I don't really want to have to touch this edge if I don't have to. Okay, then this thing is going to look really good. I'm going to end up taking that strike plate off too. Okay, and like I say, I've got masking tape. I've got masking tape underneath here. See, so when I get ready to paint that, actually I can just leave this down here like that and paint it. And same thing, I've got everything all set up for that one too. Okay. And see, what I could have done is, when I had this paint out, I could have went down into here, but believe it or not, did you know that there's enough room there for me to get my cut-in paintbrush in there when I get all done painting the door casing. I'm going to end up painting the door casing first, I guess. Is there right or wrong? No, not really, but I'll do the door casing first from here to there, in case the edge of my paintbrush gets over and nicks the wall or something. But this is not my cut-in brush, but if you can imagine this was my cut-in brush, I would just get it in there, and it's going to be that wide, and it's going to go right down in there. You know, I'll start it up there, kind of at an angle, and I'll have to be careful, and I'll get it right down in like that. And I should be able to do it without hitting the door casing. And worst case scenario, if I hit the door casing, I'll have a damp sponge and I'll wipe it off. Easy. Okay. Painting really is not that hard if you just take it step by step. Don't be in a rush. If you think you're going to get this bathroom done in a day over the weekend, you've got something else coming for you, because it's never going to work. I don't care how good you think you are, it's just not going to work that way. Take your time, do things right. I mean, I spent a lot of time just cleaning off this grout, because the paint was on some of the grout, and on some places it was, some places it wasn't. I spent, I don't know, an hour cleaning off the old paint off of the grout, so that when I cut this in, you're still going to see that little bit of a grout edge all the way around here. And I looked at my other bathroom, and in the other bedroom, and when they painted, they ended up painting right to this edge, okay, showing no grout. So when I get ready to paint over there, guess what? I'm going to paint just like they did, showing no grout, and maybe I'll still mask off from the edge of this way, and do that. I don't have to clean off the grout. I'm going to look at that and make a determination, because if you will recall, I actually had to clean off a little bit at the edge of the grout that was showing here. Well, in the other bathroom, there is no grout showing. They painted it. And so you just have to look at your existing conditions and try to match up. See that nice straight grout line there? It's going to look just like that when I get done painting. And it didn't look exactly like that when I first got ready to paint, because I had to take a putty knife and a little screwdriver and kind of clean off, and a little wire brush, and clean off some of the remnants of this paint, because they didn't get it exactly how I wanted to see it. And so lots of times when you're going over somebody else's work, and if you think, oh, I'm just going to paint this bathroom, and the bathroom's 15 years old, I'm just going to paint it just like how the last painter. Hey, good luck with that, because that's what it's going to look like when you get done. If you don't care about that, and it doesn't look 100% and you're fine with that, fine. I'm not fine with that. When I do a job, I like to make it look like a professional did it, and look like I don't have any overages. Because if I left some of that crummy old paint on the grout here and up here and a smear up there, and paint a nice straight line, when somebody looks at that, what are they going to see? They're going to see that and they're going to think, yeah, he said he painted it. It looks really good. It looks like crap. Look, there's extra paint over here and over here and over here, and the cut-in line isn't straight, and there's a ridge of paint over here. Well, and they don't know that there was a ridge of paint from before, and they would have seen that had I not scraped it off with the putty knife first. You see what I mean? So lots of stuff having to do with, is there a right and wrong way to do just about anything? Yes, the answer is of course, yes. Good grief, Charlie Brown. This paint is almost dry. I think it's still drying, but I can still see that it looks like it needs to be cut in again. Look at that. I can see it. And I don't know how well it's going to show up on video right there. And I can see right over in there a little bit. And I'm going to let it dry all the way, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to zip around here a third time. And I'm okay with that, because I've got my masking tape up there and I've got my paint brush ready. And so I'm gonna go the extra mile, and I would do that for anybody. This is for myself, where we're living, and I could pull it up and say, hey, screw it, I'm done. I've done 2 coats, I'm not going any further than that. I'm not wasting my time, blah, blah, blah. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let it dry all the way. I'm gonna let it dry for another 15, 20 minutes again. Maybe a little longer this time, because I've got 2 coats up there now, and that second coat might take a little bit longer to dry this time, because it's going on new paint as opposed to the 17-year-old paint, if that makes any sense. And I'm probably going to zip around again if it's even questionable, and I have a feeling it's going to be questionable. I think for most people they probably leave it. But I'm not going to leave it, because I'm all set up. I've got all the masking tape up there. And you saw how it's really not going to take me that long. It takes me longer to set the video camera up in a couple spots and talk about it than just going in there and doing it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to do with the third coat around that. And then at that point, I'll get ready to do this door jamb as well. Okay, because once I get done with the white paint in here, I want to be done with the white paint. I don't think I'll have to get into it anymore. Then I can clean up, wash up, all that kind of stuff. And if I was really in a big rush, could I possibly do all the cut in today for the walls? Yeah, I could. I just wouldn't put any masking tape up on that top of the ceiling because that paint is very, very fresh. And by the way, if I were, when I get ready to cut these walls in, am I going to put masking tape up on the ceiling? I don't know. But if I do, I might want to put the blue tape. I might want to put the blue tape as opposed to my regular masking tape. Blue tape is supposed to keep it so that it's not going to stick and get sticky and pull down. But see, I wouldn't have it up there for very long anyways. And so I could get by with the other masking tape. But then obviously I would want to wait and let this paint dry and cure overnight before I painted and cut in these walls. So am I going to cut in these walls today? No. The answer is no, I'm not going to. I'm not in a big old fat rush. Just get a little bit, make my videos, clean up, all that kind of stuff. And one step at a time, get my job done, okay? And that's how you should do it too. Don't be rushing around. Do it one step at a time and you'll get it done, and you'll get it done right if you spend a little bit of extra time. You know, it doesn't take that much longer to do things right than it does to do things wrong. You know what I mean? So spend a little bit of extra time, have a little pride in your work, because hey, whatever the paint looks like when you're done, that's your signature, baby. Do you want it to be a good signature, or do you want it to be bad? Your choice.